No ano de 2017, o ex-funcionário do Pentágono, Luis Elizondo, chamou a atenção do mundo ao informar que os seres humanos poderiam não ser a única inteligência no planeta Terra. Você vai ver agora algumas de suas alegações encontradas na internet.
My goal has always been being able to get the right information to the right people in the right places. That's really what it is about for me. And informing those individuals so decisions can be made, so we can really take a look at this issue from a holistic, a collective perspective. And then have that information get to a point where now the government's doing its job and informing people. Right.
I know you think it's important. I know you think that the government didn't take the threat seriously enough. So let me just ask you point blank the question. Do you believe that life from somewhere else, while you ran this program, came here, visited, observed?
I will tell you unequivocally that through the observation, scientific methodologies that were applied to look at this phenomena, that these aircraft, we'll call them aircraft, are displaying characteristics that are not currently within the U.S. inventory, nor in any foreign inventory that we are aware of.
So I know you're being clear, but I mean, the answer is yes.
I can't speak on behalf of the government. Obviously, I'm not in the U.S. government anymore. My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone, whatever that means. For some people, this UAP issue, they're really learning about it for the first time, despite what they may have seen on popular TV or something like that, or maybe on a movie. This is really the first time they're being told, hey, listen, Jack or Jane, this is a serious topic. This is something that your Department of Defense has been tracking. You probably want to learn a little bit more about what's going on and what they're seeing.
And so, I think there's two congruencies that we see. We see an interest in our nuclear capabilities, and then we have this really bizarre, what I don't know if you'd call it an interest, but there seems to be a connection with water. There are objects that can operate in all these domains or all these environments, seemingly without any type of performance compromise. And so why are we seeing these things in and around water is something that we're really kind of scratching our heads with, because we've seen these things. They've been recorded not only in our atmosphere, but there is data to suggest that they have also been tracked by some of our capabilities underwater as well, and being able to perform in ways that frankly exceed anything that we know on the planet right now.
I'm talking very recent regarding the UFO phenomena. I think people would be surprised to know just how frequent and the volume in which these things are apparently recorded and observed by active duty military people on missions around the world, by the way. There's also some very interesting, I think, congruencies, some interesting relationships that are just now really coming into light for the very first time. New information that I think if people found out would be very, very surprised.
So look, I think we all want to know, do you think any government has recovered a crashed UAP?
So what I've said for the record, which is unfortunately all I can say, is that it is my belief that the United States is in possession of exotic material. And unfortunately, that's about all I can say at this time.
Imagine a technology that can do 600 to 700 G-forces, that can fly at 13,000 miles an hour, that it can evade radar, and that can fly through air and water and possibly space. And oh, by the way, has no obvious signs of propulsion, no wings, no control surfaces, and yet still can defy the natural effects of Earth's gravity. That's precisely what we're seeing.
That we are now in the throes of understanding a new paradigm, a new reality. There is something out there and something right here that has been here for some time, that it's not our technology, it's not foreign technology, it is something else, but it is technological, and it is capable of doing things far beyond our own technology.
It's foreign adversarial technology. Is it Russian? Is it Chinese? And of course, when you go through the historical documentation, certainly in our country, and this documentation is official documentation, one realizes very quickly we've been seeing this technology for decades. And when you compare that to where we were, let's say in the late 1940s and 50s, we were just exploring and learning the secrets of the atom. We were unlocking its secrets. We had just entered the jet age, and we hadn't even been into space. And yet these technologies were outperforming anything and everything that we have. And so if this was some sort of foreign adversarial technology that's been around for 70 years, this would be considered probably the worst intelligence failure my country has ever experienced, perhaps even eclipsing that of 9/11 on an order of magnitude. So the last option is, well, if it's not our technology and it's not some sort of foreign adversarial technology, then whose or what is it? And that's where we are now in the conversation, certainly with our lawmakers and our legislative branch and our executive branch. And so that's precisely what we're trying to figure out now is what exactly are these if they're not ours? So we should probably begin to address this issue sooner rather than later, because whether or not these are real, that's no longer up for debate. This is a fact. We're here, folks. The question is, what is it? Where is it from? What is its intent? And what can or should we be doing about it?